Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for One Piece chapter 953. Super excited to read, and I can't tell, something seems like it's off with my lighting. I don't know what it is. For some reason things just look weird. I checked, all my lights are on around me. I don't know what it is. Something just looks off looking at this recording right now. But last time, what did we even have last time? Last time we had a ton of stuff with a ton of different characters, but it was mostly the Zoro, Gyuukimaru, and Kawamatsu stuff, I guess. But we got a lot of development for a lot of different parts of this story. So, yeah, lots of craziness going on, and it makes me excited to see what we get into this week. But the title is actually A Fox of a Single Disguise, which makes me think it might be about Kinemon, Foxfire Kinemon, and his disguised devil fruit. But either way, we have the short-term focus cover page serials, part 24, Gang Beja's All My Family, volume 4, Time to Hijack the Enemy Ship, Off to Thriller Bark. I love this, because I really do like Capone's crew. And Vito. Alright, translator's note, explanation of the title at the end of the chapter. Alright. Now, let's get into the actual chapter itself. We see A Letter Tells All, and it looks like a flashback with Kawamatsu. To Kawamatsu, thank you for everything. I'm safe. Hiyori. No, Princess Hiyori. Princess, my lady. And he's crying on the beach, it looks like. Or maybe it's not a beach. I thought those were ships in the background, but no, they're actually just the factories. My lady, Princess Hiyori, and he's having all these flashbacks. Princess, going on this journey. Present day Ringo. Okay, and now we see Gyuukimaru running away. The way he's running, you wouldn't think he's carrying a truckload of weapons with him. Where the heck even are we? Well, I just have to follow the blood and... Huh? And Zoro stops. Bandit Bridge. Let us leave this place. Okay, and now we have Kawamatsu and Hiyori are still there. To think you were just picking off stragglers this whole time. By the way, who was that large warrior monk? Well, my footing here isn't the best. Must focus on... Hey, I'm not a child. Kawamatsu. Kapapa, is that so? I know of no adult that puffs up like a blowfish like that. There's so many things I want to ask you. How'd you end up here? After you left, I drifted, doing this and that. My feet eventually carried me here. If something ever happens to the princess, I must end my own life. This is the place to do it. Oh, and the bridge is actually broken in this flashback. These frosty northern reaches of Wano Ringo and the neighboring Hakumai were once both ruled by the fierce and powerful Shimotsuki clan. The daimyo of the clan... That name sounds familiar. The daimyo of the clan was a man named Onimaru Shimotsuki, a master swordsman who was always accompanied by his pet fox. Unfortunately, Ringo too was turned into a wasteland by the wrath of Kaido. Fox? Do you know the Ringo custom known as the Eternal Burial? I have heard. It's so cold here that bodies left out in coffins will stay preserved for hundreds of years. Indeed, and the markers used for these eternal graves are swords, katanas. Some of them were famed Meitou. These graves were constantly looted, such as Ringo and the land upon which we now stand. And now we have a flashback with barking. Why, he's gonna bite us to death! And all the men of Kaido's are running away. What is it? Won't you even let me die in peace? And Kawamatsu sees the fox barking, I guess. You're Onimaru. And we see the fox bloody with arrows sticking out of it. That lion fox's name was Onimaru, the beloved companion of the late daimyo of Ringo, Onimaru Shimotsuki. I've met you once before. Onimaru. And it collapses, it looks like. Don't tell me. You protected all this by yourself. For the 5 years that had passed since Ringo fell, Onimaru had fought alone against the evils of grave robbers. Okay, maybe that wasn't the bridge I saw in the distance. Maybe it was this palace. Okay. On the day of their birth, the people of Ringo would give their children swords. These swords would accompany them through their lives, and one day serve to mark their graves. Here, eat up. Fox's favorite food's fried tofu, right? And that's a Japanese folk legend. You must eat to heal, for if you die, who will protect your master's grave? And then, we see him sniffing and then eating it. I love this chapter. This story is really, really good right now. And now we hear scraping. And it's Kawamatsu. And then, the fox barks at him again. Hush, forgive me. And he's trying to stop him. Forgive me, I know. And then he bites him. Forgive me, how am I to explain this to you? I do not wish to disturb the slumber of the dead any more than you, but 13 years from today a battle will be fought. The day will come that the samurai of this nation will raise their bowed heads in unison, and on that day they must be armed. They'll need countless swords. Okay, so he was going to take the grave markers to fight back. On that battlefield they will advance with the swords of their fallen comrades in hand. The souls that live on in these blades will steal their hearts, and enable them to vanquish their enemies. A battle still rages here. The war between the 100 Beast Pirates and the people of Wano. These blades must not yet be put to rest. Yet, I cannot afford for them to be pilfered by crooks before that fated day comes. I'll collect them and hide them all away, or collect them all and hide them away. I have decided that this, at least, is a task to which I can bind myself. Okay, so he wasn't going there to die. As someone that failed to even protect Princess Hiyori, this at least I can do. I must do. How is Kawamatsu even beating Toneyasu? Toneyasu loved him, but Kawamatsu's the best character this arc. This story is so good right now. If I do not keep these hands busy, the guilt will consume me. If you're that starved for food, just bite off this arm and be done with it. I refuse to stop defiling these graves. I have no other choice. And then the fox lets go and lets him continue watching on. What strange windfall is this? Has he understood what I meant? Let us dig down. We'll hide the blades underground. All right, time to go loot some more graves. It's so cold today, I think I might freeze solid. I'm starving. Maybe if I sold one or two of these in the capital, we could... And then, of course, the fox stops him. Here, I brought some food I managed to borrow, he says. Oi, halt, you actual grave robbers. You bastard, who the hell are you? Let's see, I'm Gyuukimaru, the bandit of the bridge. Okay, so the fox's disguise, the fox is probably Gyuukimaru. I was thinking that already, but then I wasn't sure, like, is it a devil fruit, or what is it, like, possibly? Okay. So that's where he got the name Gyuukimaru. And also I didn't want to seem stupid because the fox's name was definitely not Gyuukimaru. It was like Onimaru or something like that. Beyond here lies the heartland of Ringo. You shall not have the treasures of these tombs. Leave your weapons here and be gone. Sometime after that, I went to the capital to procure food, and certain circumstances prevented me from returning to Ringo. You called yourself Gyuukimaru. A coincidence, I guess. Interesting. We've caught the fried tofu thief. How careless of me, he thinks. Are you here to see that fox, then? I do not think Onimaru will return. He's probably run out of patience with me. After all, it's been 13 years. I doubt he's around at all. If the swords we managed to hide together remain hidden, there'll be enough to outfit hundreds of soldiers, but... Zorajuro, and they're catching up to him. That big guy's gone. He left this door open and just ran off. How strange. Shall we pursue him, or enter here? This is the passage to the underground chamber, says Kawamatsu. Okay. Oh, and he answers a smile to Kinemon. Kawamatsu, I'm so glad you're still alive. What happened to Udon probably swelled our ranks quite considerably. But you're having trouble finding enough weapons, am I right? Indeed, well spotted. We're in a bind. That bastard Orochi, over the last 20 years, he's confiscated all the swords in the country. Do not worry. No matter how many thousands of men join us, each of them shall be outfitted with a blade. Are you serious? Send the men to the place I'll describe to you, or that I'll now describe to you. How in the world are there so many? Onimaru, was this you? No, this is a man's work. Okay, and now we're seeing Gyuukimaru, and he transforms back into the fox. Zorajuro, if your sword really is the one known as Shusui, please return it to Wano. Like I've said, it's mine. I shall give you another in return. A sword my late father gave to me, the Meitou Enma. That sounds really, really dark. Because I know Mei is darkness. I'm not sure about the Toe part. And it says, of course, Enma is the name for the god of the underworld. Enma is pretty much like kind of Japanese Satan, but it's not really necessarily as evil a thing. So more like Japanese Hades, more along that line. So yeah, the Meitou Enma. That is a badass name. The legendary sword, said to be the only blade that's ever injured Kaido. Hype. Hype for Meitou Enma. This was the best chapter in Wano so far, I think. Okay, Fox of the Seven disguises. Okay, it's a reference to an old tale. Got it. Yeah, that's probably my favorite chapter in Wano so far. That was really, really good. I love Kawamatsu's story. I really liked the Fox to Onimaru. I loved this story. The Gyuukimaru Bandit Bridge thing totally paid off. Man, that was really good. That's my favorite chapter so far. I liked last chapter a lot, but this is my favorite one so far. God, I'm really happy with how this story turned out. I like this story more than Toniyasu's, which I loved. So yeah, either way, guess that's it for this week's. That was so good. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us on Discord, just ask and I can give you a link. But yeah, one last thing, if you would like to help support the channel and keep it going on Patreon, link to the Patreon will be in the description, and every 3 months patrons get to vote on a series for the channel on Sunday. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.